A lot of you guys are asking what I'm buying in this month of July. So today I'm going to show you 3 setups I'm watching closest this month, explaining exactly why I like them and where I think they're heading over the next couple of weeks. So let's not waste time, let's get straight to it. All right, so first on today's video is ticker symbol HOOD. If you look at the last couple of months, notice how every pullback has been getting bought faster than the previous one. And then instead of making lower lows here, we're now making higher lows. That's usually one of the first things I look for before I even start thinking about swinging a setup. I know a lot of people only focus on resistance. They draw one line across the highs and say, if it breaks this, I'm buying. I personally think that's only half the story. I care just as much what price is doing underneath resistance. So now if you look at the moving averages, we reclaimed the 9 EMA, because when strong setups start trending, they usually respect that moving average for longer than most people expect. Now, does that mean I'm buying this after the next 3 candles? No, that's not how I trade. I would rather wait for price to come to me or wait for a breakout to actually confirm. So price has reacted here before, which means there's probably going to be sellers waiting again. I personally want to see buyers prove they can absorb that supply. And if they can, I think this thing can start moving towards 125, 130. A lot faster than people expect. So for me, Robinhood stays near the top of my watch list. Now for the second on the list, let's talk about Google, ticker symbol GOOG. Out of the 3 charts in today's video, this is probably the one that fits my trading style the best. Not because it's the strongest chart, but because the type of setup I spend most of my time waiting for. So one thing you'll hear me say over and over again is I would rather buy a pullback in a strong trend than chase a breakout that's already extended. And pullbacks like this give institutions a chance to continue building their position without chasing. And that's exactly what I think we're looking at with Google. The last few weeks haven't changed the long-term trend, and now it's pressing right back into this trendline resistance. Now here's something I always tell people in the Discord. I don't care nearly as much as where price is today as I do about how it got there. That's one of the questions I ask myself. Did this stock explode 30% in 3 days, or did it slowly build a base while sellers lose momentum? You guys have to realize that those are 2 completely different scenarios. You're not seeing massive panic selling anymore right here, and this is what I call the indecision phase. And whenever I see price start compressing underneath resistance, I know a bigger move usually isn't too far away. Now, that doesn't mean it's going higher tomorrow. I have no idea what tomorrow brings, but too many people approach the market for guarantees, but there aren't any. I personally think Google has a very good chance of working its way towards 380. And then if momentum continues, I don't think 410 is out of question either, to be honest. So yeah, that's Google. So now let's finish this with one I'm probably most excited for, and that's ticker symbol NBIS. The first thing I noticed is obviously the overall trend. We're still making higher highs and higher lows. Also, we're right back near the lower trend line that's been acting as support through this move. And then every time we've gotten close to this area, buyers have eventually stepped in. So does that mean they'll step in again? Not necessarily. That's why I never built my thesis around, like I said earlier, one line on the chart. So what I'm looking for from here is, first, I want to continue seeing buyers defend this lower trend line. And then second, I like to see volume begin increasing as price starts moving back towards the top of the channel, because to me that's usually a sign that institutions are becoming more and more active, if that makes sense. And finally, I want to see this thing reclaim momentum instead of immediately getting sold every time it tries to bounce. So if all 3 of those things happen, if all of those, the 3 things align, I think this becomes one of the better swing trade opportunities on my watch list. Now, if it loses support, I'm not going to sit there and hope. I'll personally either reduce the position or wait for a new setup. So those are my 3 names I'm watching the closest right now. So if you're new here, make sure you subscribe. Also, let me know down in the comments which stocks are you watching the closest this month. As always, I appreciate you guys. I'll see you in the next video.